thing.
Okay.
So, hi there, folks. It's another promo for the Membership Success Summit, which we're going to be holding on the 29th and 30th of this month. That's a totally free ticket that you can join us. I've got one of my friends and one of the key presenters at the summit, Chris Badgett, or the joint founder of Lifter LMS. He's going to be talking both on the first day and second day. It should be fantastic. Chris is always interesting, a wealth of knowledge, and he has been actively. I'm getting a bit of feedback. Is it on my side or your side? I can hear.
You sound great to me.
Oh, I think it might be. I think it might be coming from your side, Chris. Have you got?
Let me just check the audio settings.
Because I can hear myself.
Everything looks good on my side.
What about now? I think it's gone now.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry about it, folks. We're just getting a little bit of feedback, and it's a bit disconcerting. So, Chris has got a wealth of knowledge. He's been the joint founder of Lifter LMS. What's it now? 7-8 years now, Chris?
Yeah, we're just a few days shy of our 8th birthday as the birth of Lifter LMS.
That's a fantastic achievement. Chris has helped literally thousands of people.
Tens of thousands.
Well, yeah, right, and tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Well, I thought personally through your Lifter roundtable, where you specifically offer free consultation. I know Chris has had thousands of one-to-one conversations with people looking to build membership websites, so he's a wealth of knowledge. So, Chris, would you like also to quickly introduce yourself, and then we go straight into the couple of the topics that you've chosen for your presentations?
Yeah, so I'm Chris Badgett, the CEO and co-founder of Lifter LMS, which is a leading learning management system solution for WordPress. It combines courses, memberships, gamification, and engagement all into one kind of robust platform in the WordPress ecosystem. And before the 8 years of Lifter that we've done, I grew an agency that we specialized in training-based membership sites, particularly around marketing automation with, back in those days, Infusionsoft and membership sites. So I've been in this industry for over a decade. I have a podcast called LMS Cast on the topic, and I just love helping membership site creators. It's my favorite thing.
That's great. So, Chris, like I say, Chris is speaking on the first day and also the second day. So let's look at the first day subject that you chose. Create your six-figure membership plan. Why this particular title and topic, and what, maybe give us one or two reasons and why you chose it and why you thought it was going to be a great subject for the summit, Chris?
3 words: decades into days. So what I'm doing in this first talk about creating your six-figure membership plan is I'm taking a decade plus of experience in this industry and condensing it down into a plan that a process that you can execute over 5 days, 1 hour a day, so that you can confidently launch your membership site without wasting time or money. The sad truth is, in this industry, is there is a lot of failure, both failure to launch or failure after the membership site launches. And this is a problem I obsess over as a product entrepreneur, as somebody who serves the membership site creators out there. So helping people come up with a plan that I wish people had before they bought our software, or before they kind of launched into the world. It was really a missing piece. I see a lot of people without a plan getting excited, but then losing momentum and getting discouraged because they didn't have enough of the key things figured out, that they ended up wasting a lot of time and money. So I've essentially distilled down into a digestible 5-day, 1 hour a day process that people can follow. And I'm going to introduce that process to the existing and aspiring membership site creators at the Membership Success Summit. And I'm super excited for this. It's going to be an awesome talk, and I think people are going to walk away with a ton of value.
Oh, I'm sure they are, because I think, like day one, the way I explained it to all our great speaker partners is that my vision of day one was to try and really solve a problem like you that I've consistently seen, which is the way I explain it in my own mind is putting the cart before the horse. I really building the course without building your community, without building your tribe first. And I think it's so important. And this community, this tribe online of people that really feel that you have some insight, some value to offer them, doesn't have to be enormous. Because to be truthful, I think to be successful, unless you have built a very large audience online through YouTube, through podcasting, through social media, is to nicheify, as I say, to find your niche, but then to really build people around your niche that really follow what you say and to produce great insight and content. How would you respond to what I've just said, Chris?
Yeah, I'm 100% in alignment with you. And I actually think that's one of the great things about the Membership Success Summit is you've done the hard work of really focusing this event on this niche of membership site creators with the problems that they have, and you're surrounding, that membership site creator with some of the top experts in the space across a variety of issues that can help these people move forward. Which, whether you call it a course or an event or a membership site or a coaching program or a community, all these things kind of come together under the umbrella of a membership. It doesn't mean you have to do all those things, but to do it well, you have to have a plan, and you have to kind of slow down. I call it slowing down to move fast later. It's easy to get really excited as an entrepreneur and kind of get into the tech and some strategy or tactic, but laying out the fundamentals for your tribe and even figuring out who that is and if you should be the one to serve them. There's these fundamental things that have to happen in the beginning that dramatically increase the odds of success. And every successful membership site I see out there, you can kind of distill down a lot of the things I'm going to go over in my talk that aren't always obvious, but that person either intentionally or accidentally got right, and that's why it worked.
Yeah, before we go on to topic 2 for your second day presentation, the other factor is, and I was so happy that Neil Schaffner decided to be our second keynote speaker on day one, is that I see this as an exercise of becoming an influencer. And influencer marketing has become the dominant and most exciting form of marketing online in the last couple of years. And I still see it as a new area, a semi-new area compared to paid advertising and some of the other more traditional ways of marketing, offline or online. And Neil is, in my opinion, one of the most insightful and powerful. He's written a book on it, basically. He has written a book on it about influence marketing. And I think it's so important that you understand that's what you're becoming when you build a course or a membership. You are becoming an influencer. What's your quick response to that before we go on to day 2, Chris?
I think sometimes the word influencer has a negative connotation,
Yes.
but when you boil it down, what we're doing when we create a membership site is we are leading. And the biggest factor that to identify a leader or leadership is the ability to influence. That's literally like the foundation of leadership.
For good or bad, for good
Sure.
purposes or for bad. It's it can be either used for good or it can be used for bad, can't it?
Yeah, and like the classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, this influence aspect of leadership is important. And while the big brands and more just general branding led marketing is a thing that will continue, the even the big brands have influencers under their budgets and their fancy graphics and everything like that. Everybody is building a personal brand, whether they realize it or not. So leveraging that in your membership site is super important. And your members also have their own brands by seeing who else is in there. So if you look at the concept of influence with eyes wide open, there's just so much you can do. And it also is what makes you different. Because I see a lot of membership site creators concerned with, oh, well, somebody else is already teaching people how to make money flipping houses in real estate or whatever it is. But there's only one you. And when you put more and more of yourself out there, or that your style of influence, it's part of what makes you different.
That's great. Now let's go on to day 2. Launch your training-based membership site with WordPress. Why that title, and what are some of the main points that you would hope people get from this presentation, Chris?
So WordPress isn't for everybody, but what I wanted to do is have a clean conversation around where WordPress sits in the space, and how that option exists as a membership site tool and platform that you can use, and how it's different from hosted solutions, and how to think about WordPress, and how to kind of overcome some of the negative connotations it may have, or ideas that people have that WordPress is this or it's not that. There's a lot of incorrect ideas out in the space. So I just really wanted to educate people, not with opinions, but with facts of this is the lay of the land in WordPress, and how to think about building a membership site, and if it's right for you to go that route. So I'm just going to be walking through the various aspects of thinking about a membership site through the lens of WordPress, so that you can decide if that's the best platform for you or not.
Yeah, I'm excited on it because I feel that like 2 to maybe 3 years ago, WordPress was lacking some key elements that somebody starting a membership website might want. And that was around marketing automation and a mature platform that enabled you to build lessons and courses, maybe without having to get WooCommerce. And I'm a great lover of WooCommerce when it's appropriate to utilize. Then came your great plugin, Lifter LMS, and you've done a great job of being able to offer a platform that enables people to sell courses without WooCommerce or with WooCommerce, and a great structure to build a membership site. Plus, we've had automation platforms from Fluent CRM and other players that allow people to do the kind of marketing automation that they need. And also, I'm going to plug my own solution. I think that's the main thing that is behind WP-Tonic, is that we are trying to provide quality hosting, marketing automation, and also we are a partner with you, and we try and promote your solution as part of our packages. And we try and offer advice and offer a number of plugins to our membership, and then we configure them all. Plus, we offer the email backbone plus video hosting, all in one offering, so people don't have to try and find all these separate things in the WordPress ecosystem. They're all there in one place, but you still have the freedom of flexibility that you get with WordPress. How does that sound, Chris?
Yeah, that's awesome. I think the biggest promise of WordPress, one of my customers, who's a famous copywriter who uses Lifter to teach, said that when he switched over from a hosted solution, I think he was on Teachable before, but he switched over to WordPress, and he said what he liked most about it is, instead of being on a platform that's trying to mold you to it, it's the opposite way. If you come over to WordPress, where you bend the technology to the way you want to do things. And the flexibility of WordPress really provides all those advantages. And I love what you've done over at the WP-Tonic hosting, where you take away a lot of the complexity of setting it all up yourself into a fully robust platform with everything that you need. You've just removed so much friction over there to give people all the power of WordPress without the hassle of the initial setup, and just also the you save people a lot of time, not just in getting the tools together, but also making sure the right tools are in the stack so that people don't waste time accidentally choosing the wrong tool for the job that's not the best in the industry or whatever.
Yeah, thanks for that, because I just don't think people understand the value of WordPress in general, because with ours, our starter packages are no more expensive than quality hosting providers like WP Engine or Kinster, and we offer all the plugins and the consultation and setup as part of that price. Plus, if you're on marketing automation platforms like ActiveCampaign or Keep, we can set you up on our email with Fluent CRM, and you will save 2/3 or more of the cost than utilizing something like ActiveCampaign or Keep or ConvertKit. We can save you, depending on the size of your lift, we can save you hundreds or thousands of dollars per month by coming over to WordPress on our platform, Chris.
Yeah, which is a great innovation in the space.
But I think it wasn't there about 3 years ago, and that's why people, and don't get me wrong, I think Kajabi's and some of the other SaaS platforms are fantastic. But I think a lot of people went over there because there were some key elements around marketing automation and other things which WordPress just couldn't do, or couldn't do very easily. And these offered a one-click combined solution. But I don't think now, honestly, even if you weren't looking at WP-Tonic, I think a lot of those restraints around by offerings like Fluent CRM and other things that come on the market, I think some of those fundamental restraints that come with WordPress have been removed. Would you agree with that, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, it's WordPress started as more of a blogging website tool, and it's evolved into so much more, being a platform for not just content, but when you build a membership site, I call it a web application, and the web application includes all these things in addition to the content. You've got the e-commerce, the membership, the CRM, the video stuff you want to do. It's all there. And you have done a great job making it easier for someone to get into that world as quickly and easily as possible.
Yeah, we're still working on it. It's ongoing, just like your plugin platform, because it's a lot more than a plug. You're similar to use, because of the language. You have to utilize the word plugin.
Yeah.
But Lifter LMS is much more than a plugin.
Platform.
It's a platform that utilizes the metaphor of plugin, because it's part of the WordPress bigger system, isn't it?
That's right.
And what are some of the most, just to wrap up, what are some of the most exciting elements over the past 18 months that have been integrated into Lifter? And I don't know if you can, because obviously you don't want to give too much to your competition, but maybe you could hint at one or two things that are coming up in the next year that are exciting in the world of Lifter LMS.
Yeah. I mean, some of the most exciting stuff recently has just been around unlocking the power of what's been changing in the WordPress editor that you can now do with Lifter, for example, in our certificate builder. And it's fine if you use a page builder like Elementor or Beaver Builder or whatever, but you don't necessarily have to use that everywhere. And we unlock the ability for people to do really advanced certificate building and other gamification, achievement badge stuff using the block editor to create a lot of gamification within the site, and to do it in a way that you can pull in, all kinds of stuff from all over the internet and the block types to make really interactive content. That's pretty exciting. We've also got a lot of innovations happening in the e-commerce front. Lifter LMS 7.0, as of this recording, the launch of that is imminent, which, like you mentioned earlier, Lifter does work with WooCommerce, but we also have our own fully functional recurring payments, robust e-commerce engine. That whole system's getting an upgrade with more advanced features and advanced integration with PayPal and some other things. So that's exciting and something for the future. As a platform, we like to be able to offer, the fundamentals that somebody can use. Like you can kind of get by with what we offer and a few things, or you can get more advanced, but we're dramatically upgrading our theme, which comes in our bundles, so that you could leverage the new site editor experience in WordPress, which is just a fancy way of saying you have better control over all of your website, not just the content area with the theme. And that's pretty exciting. We're rebuilding our own website with that theme. There's, of course, a lot of other great themes in the WordPress ecosystem, like Astra and Cadence and many others. But I'm excited about that option for the people that want to keep their stack as minimal as possible.
Yeah, just to wrap up, I think we are seeing, and some people kind of place me as a criticizer of Gutenberg. I'm not actually. I'm a totally want Gutenberg to be totally successful, because I think we can now see the possibilities of Gutenberg and what it could offer to a platform like Lifter LMS with layout patterns. Obviously with Astra / Spectre and Cadence, these are more theme frameworks in some ways, but you can, in the third quarter of 2022, I think we can clearly see the great possibilities that Gutenberg can offer in our particular niche of the WordPress ecosystem. Would you agree with that, Chris?
Yeah, 100%.
I think if it's done in the right way, it will just strengthen what both of us can offer to the e-learning entrepreneur. Just one final point, because I know you're really busy. I just feel that there's just enormous possibilities for the e-learning entrepreneur in the next few years. I just feel that we're just at the beginning of a total transformation of education. I think that the need for cost-effective, quality online training, you can call that a membership site, but I see it under the more broader title of e-learning, from either more traditional education establishments or e-learning entrepreneurs, as I call them, is the possibilities have just started. What are your own feelings about this, Chris?
Yeah, it's easy to feel like if you've been in an industry or you've heard about it for a while that it's kind of run its course. I thought I was late getting into WordPress in 2008. And this is 2022 when we're recording this. The internet itself began kind of as a education communication tool. E-learning as a concept has been around for a while. Distance learning has been around for a while. So just because this industry has existed for a while, there's still so many new people who are still even just getting access to the internet. There's people that are just now becoming comfortable being more power users of laptops and computers and smartphones so that they could start learning online. And there's just so much innovation in the space in general, broadly, of the e-learning industry, that I agree with you. I think this is really just the beginning, and education and learning is one of the things that makes us human. Our brains with the mirror neurons and everything are literally wired for learning. And of course, there's some challenges with doing that through the internet as opposed to, face to face. But this whole thing, we're just getting started, and the need for people to learn and leverage tools and technology like the internet and like WordPress and like Lifter LMS and WP-Tonic and everything else. This is just the beginning. And yeah, it's just going to keep evolving. And our job as entrepreneurs in this space is to build the tools that people are going to use to create the next generation of e-learning experiences.
It's been great for me, Chris, because obviously I want to make a honest, decent living, but my passion is education and offering opportunities to everybody to help and assist them become whatever they wish themselves or have the ability to become. And I truly believe in that to my core, Chris.
Yeah.
And if I can also make a reasonable living in the area that I'm passionate, I see that as a great end of my career. And I also feel that I think you have always been passionate as well as making a good business for you and your partner, but also you're extremely passionate about online training and education. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, my life's mission is my company mission, which is to lift up others through education. I find that one of the most fulfilling things and kind of the legacy I want to leave behind.
That's great. Thanks so much. Not only Chris as presenter, Chris is a sponsor of the Membership Success Summit. He's a great sponsor and partner, extremely knowledgeable in membership and e-learning. You should definitely listen to both presentations that Chris is doing. He's got, like I say, he's had thousands of conversations with membership entrepreneurs, and his insights are well worth listening. I'm just really pumped up at the speakers that we are. We've got like Pat Flynn, our keynote speaker, Morten Henderson on the second day. Neil Schaffner, I say, is just an expert on social media and influence marketing. I just think we just got some fantastic experts. What do you feel, Chris?
Yeah, you've done a great job at the Membership Success Summit. I think it's going to be a great roundtable of people to learn from if you're in or looking to get into the membership site world and e-learning inside of all that. It's going to be a great learning experience. I'm super excited.
That's great. Thank you so much, Chris. And like I say, we got some more of these pulling the curtain so you can actually see some of the speakers. On when I've got a couple of these tomorrow, and on Wednesday we've actually got the Viking in the house. We've got Morten Henderson on Wednesday. It's going to be quite. They're always fascinating, the discussions with Morten, who's the chief instructor at LinkedIn Learning, the biggest training platform on the internet. I'll be probably spending at least an hour with Morten covering what he will be speaking on the second day, and just talking about e-learning, membership, everything to do with learning in 2022. So please join us for that. It's going to be a fantastic conversation, like I say, with Morten, and it always is. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye.